Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another book review, as you can see by the title. Today I'm going to be reviewing Lynn Painter. These two very great books, Better Than the Movies and The Do-Over. Very, very great covers. They catch your eye, so bright. I love the covers of these. They're so cute. But let's get straight into this. First, we will be talking about Better Than the Movies. Now, forgive me, I will be looking down at my notebook because I did write out my thoughts and everything through it. Let's go through the basics of this book. I will pop up like a picture like here or something, so it's like on the screen. So the genre is a young adult fiction romance. This book has tropes of enemies to lovers, the big makeover, fake dating, love triangle. So if you like any of those, I definitely recommend this one to you. The release date for this one was May 4th of 2021. So it is a newer book. Better Than the Movies is a light-hearted comical tale that takes you into the life of teenager Liz Buxman as she navigates her way through her senior year full of emotional and momentous occasions. Now I'm going to read the back of the book to you guys. So it says, Liz Buxman has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that as her next-door neighbor, he would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies. But Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a yard gnome's severed head in her little homemade neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation, it's Liz's senior year. A time meant to be rife with milestones, perfect for any big screen. And she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's forever crush, Michael, has just moved back into town, and horribly, annoyingly, he's hit it off with Wes. Meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her, and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover she actually likes being around Wes. As they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perception of what happily ever after really should look like. So that is the back of the book. Sounds intriguing. So this book is a medium-sized book. It is 356 pages. But now I will get on to my final thoughts. Bear with me as I look at my notebook because I have like 2 pages written down of it. So I thought the story was really sweet. I love enemies to lover tropes, and this book is based on exactly that. That's the strongest trope you get out of this. Of course, Wes is a pain in the butt to poor Liz, but not without her being one back. They both throw stuff at each other the whole time, back and forth. Of course, I found myself not wanting Liz to be, as someone that really likes enemies to lovers, I found myself wanting Liz to not be suitable with Michael. Michael didn't really seem to care, and Wes just seemed to care too much to be too much of a tough guy. I really liked how these relationships progressed, and I thought the ending was very good, meaning that it ended the way that I hoped. It ended in like a satisfying way of how I thought it was gonna end. This whole story, you root for both. Because the book follows Liz's side of it, you get to see her emotions with everything. So as much as you root for one guy, there's also the possibility of, oh, but what about that guy, because she feels this way about him and this is why she feels this way, which is really nice to read through, and like how your emotions get flipped a little bit. I love the relationship portrayed through Liz about her mom. I think adding that memorial aspect of her watching the movies that they used to watch all the time, and her outfits and everything that inspired her to dress or act a certain way because of her mom, it was really, really, really sweet to read through and read about that touching part of her life. And I was very, very excited to have a second book to start reading right after this book. I will recommend this book to everyone that loves small love triangles and also enemies to lover tropes. The book is rated for teen and young adult age, 14 up, 14 to 18 I think is around the range. But just as an advisement, there is swearing and name calling throughout this whole thing, so just keep that in mind. And I think that is all I have for Better Than the Movies. I really did like it. I think there's books that have intrigued me a little bit more, so I did rate this a 4-star, just because I didn't feel the like, oh my gosh, that book was so good, I can't believe it ended. It ended the way I wanted it to, and it ended at the right time, which is why I rate it still higher, because it was a very good read. Now on to The Do-Over. The Do-Over is a young adult fiction time travel romance book. The tropes that I found in this one, like the biggest one is a second chance trope. This one came out November 15th, 2022. So less than a year ago. Medium-sized book. Is a little bit smaller than the other one at 304 pages. But it was also very good. Now I will read the back of the book to you guys. After living through a dumpster fire of Valentine's Day, Emily Hornby escapes to her grandmother's house for some much-needed girl talk and companionship. There, Emily passes out on the couch, but when she wakes up, she's back home in her own bed. That's not the only shocker, though. Somehow, it's Valentine's Day. Again. And the next day, another disaster Valentine's Day. It seems that Emily is stuck in some sort of time loop nightmare that she can't wake up from as she rewatches her boyfriend Josh cheat on her day after day. In addition to Josh's reoccurring infidelity, Emily can't get away from the enigmatic Nick, who she keeps running into, sometimes literally in unfortunate ways. How many days can one girl spend passively watching her life go up in flames? And when something good starts to come out of these terrible days, what happens when the universe stops dueling out do-overs? That is the back of the book. I really like this book. I will go through my final thoughts now. And a quote: "I fell in love with you on Valentine's Day, Emily, but I needed more than 7 minutes." End quote. That alone should have you hooked. M is a character written that thinks that if you have everything written down and scheduled, it will always work out good. But what happens when your planner has multiple pages dated February 14th? This book was good. I'm not a huge fan of looping or time travel in books, but this one totally made it okay. I didn't have any issues reading this. It was super easy to read. The frustration Emily would have felt is unreal. Living through these days as a reader was insane. I was getting so frustrated at everything that was happening. Reading through the donk, I guess, was so good. Loved to read about that relationship growing and about that whole day. It was very, very good. If you're wondering, which you probably are if you haven't read the book, what donk means, it is day of no consequences. And I quote, "I had a marvelous time ruining everything." End quote. I think it's really, really cute, and I love the storyline and how easy it was to follow. Of course, there are some bittersweet moments in the book. There's always got to be a little bit of the sadness in there. But that's what makes, usually that's what makes the connection with the other person a lot stronger, which is nice. The only thing about this book is that I was hoping that there would be a little bit more at the end. The ending was cute, but I did hope for a longer ending. Without me spoiling anything, I can't say much more than that, but I was just shocked when I got to the last page that there wasn't another chapter explaining how life was at that moment. That's the only thing with this book that I found like a little bit like when I finished it, it wasn't as satisfying, just because even though the ending was super cute and it was very lovely that he remembered everything, I was hoping for how life would be like with them. So that's the only thing that was a little bit uncertain for me. I would definitely read this book if you've read Better Than the Movies. It's definitely very good. The age range on this is 14 to 18, same as the other one. And I did rate this one also a 4-star book just because of the ending. For me, I wanted more. But that concludes my book review. Lynn Painter is such a great author. She did very well on both of these books, and I definitely am wanting to order her other books because I heard they are also very good. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Leave a comment if you've read these books and what you thought of them, and also leave a comment on a book that you would recommend me to read, and maybe I will do a video of recommended books. Yeah, I think that's all I got. I definitely recommend these. Go check out Lynn Painter. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys again for watching. See you next time. Bye!